Vice President Bush asked me to help him like I used to do and continue to do for Howard Baker. If I was in Washington, I'd go have breakfast with him at the Naval Observatory, the Vice President's residence, or his office in the White House. And we became friendly. He liked the way I talked about economics, and made it easy to understand, he used to think. So I helped him in the campaign, and then he asked me to chair his Council of Economic Advisors. And it was one of the best decisions I ever made, although there were certainly ups and downs, successes and failures, and an entire range of human emotions you go through. And I basically worked 16 hours a day for 4 years. And I would have destroyed my health, could have worked even longer. The way I describe chairing the Council of Economic Advisors, when you have a good relationship with the president and are somewhat influential and can leverage that to being influential throughout the administration, is that it's sort of like being an introductory economics teacher in a pinball machine. At 7 a.m. it's one thing, at 8 a.m. It's breakfast at the Fed. At 8 a.m. it's some tax issue at the Treasury. At 9 a.m. it's a savings and loan crisis. At 10 a.m. it's agricultural export enhancement programs you're trying to say make no sense. At noon it's a lunch over some clean air regulation, et cetera, going on all day long into the evening. And so the opportunity to actually see see economic policy being made and partake in it, and to some extent helping to shape it, was really very exciting, very interesting. You learn that your academic background and your intellect is only one input into doing that. You have to learn some interpersonal skills and build coalitions. We managed to be pretty influential. I think we got some things accomplished. We managed to prevent some bad things from happening. It's always important to appreciate in any walk of life that the value you add is the sum of the constructive things you do and the destructive things you prevent. My job is to teach students ways to analyze problems, how you get data, to test out their views, how to think more deeply about complex issues that have many aspects to them, or many perspectives that need to be considered. And I hope I'm at least somewhat successful in that. And also, really, really important, so many people who have major government experience in really high positions of authority who've helped make and advise on policy issues, whether that's Condi Rice and George Shultz and Bill Perry and Jim Mattis, or it's H.R. McMaster, or it's people like myself and John Taylor and Eddie Lazier on the economic side. I could go on and on. I think that really enriches the place. It enriches the thinking of your colleagues by having to be exposed and confronted with some of the issues that you've learned about. And it greatly enriches the experience for our students. And one of the things that's nice about Stanford, in everything from the Haas Center and Hoover and CEPR and other places and many others in other areas, is the inculcation of a sense that public service is a good thing, and helping participate in public life, whether temporarily or permanently, is a good and in some ways noble thing. I think it's a good thing for our students to be exposed to.